Congratulations, you've made it to the final month of 2022 as we move into December. Last month was another one which absolutely flew by, and I would say that we had yet again another mixed bag of films and TV, with my overall favourite probably being The Menu. So what has the year got left for us as we move into festive season? Let's find out. Our first helping comes on the 2nd of December with Violent Night. When a wealthy family are held hostage by an elite team of mercenaries, only one man can save the day, and his name is Santa Claus. In this film, Santa is played by David Harbour, who you may know from Stranger Things as Hopper. The film also stars John Leguizamo, who you may know from many different things, who was also in The Menu last month as well, and also the voice of Sid from Ice Age. If you have not worked out from the title Violent Night, this is definitely not a family Christmas film at all. This is definitely one for the adults with strong bloody violence, gore, language and all that sort of thing. So we'll have to wait and see if it can get us into that Christmas spirit or not. But I'm really hoping this one is a success because we don't have that many action, dark comedy Christmas films out there which are good. Moving a week ahead on the 9th of December, we have Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio arriving on Netflix. Now you might be thinking, Pinocchio, didn't we have that film a few months ago? Well, we did have a version of Pinocchio a few months ago, and that was the Disney remake, which wasn't amazing, I'll say that, and we did a little review for it on the channel as well, but this one has been much more highly anticipated. And the reason behind that is that this one will be a lot more closer to the source material than other versions we've seen, in fact it'll be a bit more dark, while at the same time still being a stop motion animation and a musical. The film also has a stellar voice cast including Ewan McGregor, Tilda Swinton and Roll Perlman to name a few, and I think this one has got a recipe for success, so it's got to be my pick of the month. Coming out on that same day though in the cinemas is The Silent Twins. Set in 1970s Wales, June and Jennifer Gibbons are twins from the only black family in town, and with them feeling a bit isolated from the community, they decide to only communicate with themselves. This film is based off a true story, and with Tamara Lawrence playing Jennifer and Letitia Wright, just fresh off of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, playing June. I have to be honest, I've hardly seen anything about this film at all, like I've only just seen the trailer for it just now, so I think with this one it might get a limited release, so I might not be able to see it, but if you do see it, I hope you enjoy it. Moving to the middle of the month now, on the 16th of December we have Avatar: The Way of Water. Now this is one of the most important films of recent times, and one of the reasons behind that is because of how crucial it is for the future of cinema. Look at Cineworld for example, they need this film to do well because they need the money. They need people in the seats again, they need people to pay the big bucks to watch it in 3D, watch it in IMAX, buy all the popcorn and all that sort of thing as well, and hopefully for them as well, they want the film to be good so people can come back and watch it not just once but twice more. Now the original film came out in 2009, so there's a massive gap there from the original to the sequel here. Apparently James Cameron's been working his arse off trying to get the story right for this one as well as the next sequel as well, and maybe even future ones after that. But I think with there being such a long time, is there still interest in this story? That's the big question, and also with how times have changed, because with the film out in 2009 it was such an epic film to go and see because of the whole 3D aspect of the film, but now that's all long gone, not many people really bother with 3D these days. And whether there's that interest for people to actually get up and pay the big money to go into the cinema to watch this instead of waiting for streaming is the big question. I think people will want to see this because of what they felt from that first film. I don't know if it's going to be a good enough film though where it will get people to watch it more than once, so I think I'm a bit on the fence whether this is going to be a bit of a flop actually. Because apparently as well it's going to have to take over $2 billion at the global box office just to break even. With the first film I think it's fine, but I think it was overrated. Like the last action scenes went on forever and ever. Like I don't think that runtime of 3 hours was actually necessary, and we have a sequel here which is also over 3 hours, so we'll have to see if they can actually use the time better here, because I think it did drag on in that first film. Avatar: The Way of Water plans to dominate the month of December, but how much it does that, we'll have to wait and see. On the 18th of December with the return of His Dark Materials with the final season. Now this is a show I've always had an interest of watching, but I just never got around to it, so I'm going to binge those first 2 seasons and then watch this last season. Now the first episode is coming out on the 18th of December on BBC One, but if you want to watch it all in one go, you can do from that same day on BBC iPlayer. For those of you based in the US though, the first couple of episodes will release on the 5th of December, and then it'll be week by week episodes from then on, and that'll be via HBO. On the 23rd of December with the release of Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery on Netflix. Now we did preview this film last month as well as watch it at the cinema as part of its limited release, so if you do want to see our reaction to it, you can check it out on the channel or you can check it out in the cards above. Another release on the 23rd is the film Babylon, for American audiences that is. For the UK we're going to have to wait until the 20th of January, so we'll wait until our January preview for that one. On Christmas Day, the 25th of December, we have the release of Matilda the Musical on Netflix. Now at the time of recording, this film has just released in cinemas, so I will be seeing this film actually, so by the time you're watching this I might already have a reaction up for it, or I might be watching it right now. We have already previewed this film in November, but long story short, hopefully it's as good as the stage show. On the 26th of December, aka Boxing Day, we have the release of I Wanna Dance with Somebody. This is of course a biopic about the music icon Whitney Houston, and in this film she's played by Naomi Ackie. Stanley Tucci also stars as record executive Clive Davis, and with this film it's another biopic film about a massive music star after we saw earlier in the year with Elvis. And with this film of course it's going up against Avatar: The Way of Water, so it's either a stroke of genius or absolutely stupid. And on the 30th of December we have the release of White Noise on Netflix. This is a family drama dark comedy film starring Adam Driver and Greta Gerwig, and it comes from director Noah Baumbach, who you might know from Marriage Story, which also included Adam Driver. And with Adam Driver, he's one of the best actors around right now, so I'm always intrigued to see what his next project is, so this one, hopefully it's a good one. So that's what we have left for the remainder of 2022, but of course I couldn't get everything in this video, so let me know down below what things I might have missed and also your thoughts on what we shared. Also, thank you very much for watching this video as well as any other videos in the past year. It's been great meeting so many fellow film fans in the year 2022, and I can't wait for the next year ahead as well. So yeah, I hope you have a lovely Christmas if you do celebrate that, as well as a happy new year, and I'll see you in the next one.